Hello everyone, my name is Francisco Zurita from Elios Compliance, and today we are going to discuss about Wi-Fi 8 and why from now on reliability will be the new speed. Now that Computex is taking place in Taiwan, it's a great time to highlight a genuine shift that is currently underway. One that began with its debut on devices earlier this year at the CES. For the first time in a decade, a new Wi-Fi generation is not primarily a speed race. Wi-Fi 8, the consumer branding for the IEEE 802.11bn, is about making wireless behave more like a well-mannered Ethernet connection and less like a shouting match in a crowded pub. In short, Wi-Fi 8 will be focusing on ultra-high reliability, UHR. What hasn't changed? The frequency bands will still 2.4 GHz, those in the 5 GHz and 6 GHz. No new spectrum has been opened. The 6 GHz band remains the same. The maximum channel bandwidth is still 320 MHz, introduced with Wi-Fi 7, and the peak modulation will still 4096 QAM, with a theoretical maximum data rate of approximately 46 gigabits per second. The core radio parameters remain essentially unchanged, since Wi-Fi 8 was not created to build a faster highway, but rather to improve traffic management on the one that we already have. Now, it's time to talk about the new technical mechanisms introduced with Wi-Fi 8. First, we have two: the coordinate spatial reuse, the CO-SR, and the coordinated beamforming, the CO-BF. In previous generations, access points operated like islands. Wi-Fi 8 introduces active coordination. APs now communicate to negotiate transmit power levels and jointly steer beams to cancel interference. For manufacturers, this adds a layer of complexity to adaptivity testing, as the device must now account for the state of neighboring APs. Secondly, we have the dynamic subchannel operation, the DSO. Wi-Fi 7 introduced static puncturing, ignoring a part of the channel if the interference was present. Wi-Fi 8 DSO make this process dynamic. The radio monitors the spectrum and adjusts the subchannel allocation on the fly without dropping the link. This is a surgical approach to spectrum management that significantly improves throughput at range. And in the last place, we find the refined multi-link operation, MLO. While Wi-Fi 7 MLO was often used for simple failover, Wi-Fi 8 introduces packet level steering. It allows a single data stream to be split across bands with sub-milliseconds precision, targeting the sub-1 millisecond latency required for time-sensitive networking, the TSN. From a type approval standpoint, 2026 is a transition year. The hardware is arriving, but the rules are still being harmonized. Regarding the European Union, standards like the EN 303687 do not yet explicitly cover this standard, this Wi-Fi 8 or 802.11bn specification. Key focus areas include adaptivity for DSO and receiver blocking performance. Manufacturers will likely need a technical construction file for early market entry. And regarding USA FCC, it is regulated under Part 15. The immediate question is whether existing FCC IDs can be extended via a Class 2 permissive change for software-only updates like DSO, or if new grants are needed for example, coordinated beamforming. Now, we will dive into a couple of real-world hardware examples that have already been spotted. For example, at the CES 2026, we were able to spot a multi-AP router that is not just for gamers. although in my case, as gaming enthusiast, I will be keeping a very close eye on the reviews for this one. It uses the coordinated SR to maintain 100% uptime in environments saturated with 6 GHz signals. Real-world demos showed a 60% reduction in latency spikes compared to Wi-Fi 7 flagship models, which is a very good data. We also saw modular SoC, system on chip, platform targeting to be the silicon brain appearing in 2026 smartphones and laptops with full Wi-Fi 8 802.11bn support. Its modular certification strategy is the one to watch, as it provides the baseline for most mid-tier professional hardware. So, Wi-Fi 8 isn't about bigger numbers on the box. It's about making the numbers we already have actually work. Core RF radio parameters have not changed, but the regulatory framework is definitely incomplete, and standardization is rarely a straight line. So, if you are tired of guessing where the next Etsy curveball is coming from, just have a chat with us and we will be pleased to help with anything you may need. Thank you everyone for watching.